It's the Community Ties Program with Alex Mikas on Tiger Country 97.5 WTGR.
All right, like we do each and every weekday, we sit down with a member from the community to talk about an organization or an event. Today, we were talking about the sweetest ride in Ohio, which is coming back to the area when talking about September. And, boy, it's sort of hard to believe, but Roger Bowersock joining us. And, Roger, I guess time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah. We're deep in preparations for this year.
You know, you had emailed me a while back, and I just thought, really?
It's that time of year.
Is it that time? But Sweetest Ride in Ohio, for folks out there that might not be familiar, we're talking about the Tour de Donut. And this has been going on for a couple years now, and my, has it turned into something awesome.
Yeah, we've this will be our 6th year, I think. And last year we had 1,600 people.
1,600 folks, and I'm guessing maybe the new goal would be 2,000?
Yeah, we have ordered 2,000 finishers medals, and we'd love to use all those.
All right, now for folks out there that might not be familiar with the Tour de Donut, there's a couple of different ways you can go about it.
Yeah, it's a not your typical bike ride. The riders, it's a mass start. Everybody starts together. There are different distances. But normally you would visit like an aid station and fill your water bottles and eat some fruit or whatever. Our event's a little different in that we have donuts waiting for you. And we calculate the amount of donuts that you eat. For every donut that you eat, your finish time is reduced by 5 minutes.
And the event is going to be on?
Saturday, September 6th.
Saturday, September 6th. And this is fun for all ages.
Absolutely. Last year we started with our free kids events, which we had about 75 kids take part in that. Bring your bicycle any age on 2 wheels or 3 even. Tricycles. We had some tricycles last year. We'll give you a finisher's medal, free T-shirt. If you need a helmet, we'll give you a helmet, and all the donuts you can eat. But our main rides, we call the Mini, which is a 16-mile event that's one donut stop. The Full, which is has been our traditional distance, 32 miles with 2 donut stops. And new this year, we have something called the Double Donut Challenge, which is 62 miles and 4 donut stops.
The Double Donut now, come on now. Just when you thought you couldn't possibly get maybe more ridiculous, you double it up, and whose idea was that? Was that feedback?
Yeah, it was feedback. In the cycling world, 30 miles for your recreational cyclist is maybe a little light on mileage. 50, 62 is more of a common distance. So we believe that offering this additional event will attract some participants that we hadn't, come to the ride yet, because they think, well, it's only a 30-mile ride. I'm not going to drive there from, New Jersey. But for a 62-mile ride, okay. And we've had an amazing amount of people that have signed up so far, and a lot of them are very excited about this longer distance.
Now, I want you to be honest with me, because if I'm going to sign up for a 62-mile bike race, I'm obviously a cyclist. I'm somebody that knows this is what I enjoy. Are they really eating the donuts?
Absolutely.
Are they?
Absolutely.
Because I would think that some people would just go about it and just sort of put in the work as another race, but they actually participate in the event as a whole in chowing down on donuts.
Last year, we used 750 dozen donuts.
Oh, my goodness.
6 pallets full of donuts.
How do you even produce that many donuts?
The last few years, we've used a place in Piqua called Ulbricht's. They're a commercial bakery. They're an independent grocery store, but they supply the independent grocery stores around here that don't have their own bakery, convenience stores and stuff like that. With the amount of donuts that we're asking for, like this year, we're talking about, if we get to that 2,000, we're going to look at like 1,000 dozen donuts. There's not really anybody else around here that can produce that many fresh donuts in 8 hours. So that's why we've kind of
And we're talking glazed donuts.
Round glazed yeast donuts. They're all the same.
And we have now, with the great thing about the event and it growing and year after year, it coming back, we have records.
Absolutely. We have a whole records list of, who's eaten the most, the fastest time. Last year we had our first group that had been a negative time. First time ever.
A negative time?
Negative time by 3 minutes. Yeah.
So how many donuts would we have to consume to do that?
24.
24 donuts?
Well, it depends on how fast you ride. So...
And I remember you came on the show a couple years back, and we were talking about this event. And I love the fact that in the rules you have to keep down the donuts.
Yes, if you puke, you lose. Yep, you have to keep them on board.
So a group put out 24 donuts.
Well, a rider
and rode super fast.
So 24 times 12, so 2 hours or so. And they were negative time by 3 minutes. And that's the interesting part of it. You can do the ride and eat the donuts and look at the people that are, gorging themselves. You can try to be competitive and eat as many donuts as you can and ride as fast as you can. And there are people that actually come and try to do train. They'll ask us when the course is marked. They'll go get donuts and try to mimic the event beforehand, those that want to be competitive.
Talking with Roger Bowersock on this Monday morning as it is the sweetest ride in Ohio, the Tour de Donut coming back to the area the first Saturday in September. And Roger, one thing I love about this event, you sort of touched on it a little bit ago, it's not an Ohio thing. You'd thrown out the idea of someone from New Jersey making their way. There are people from a lot of different places that now find themselves in our region for this event.
Yeah, for Arcanum, Ohio, Darke County is the donut riding capital of the United States. Last year we had 20 states represented in 5 different countries. So it's we've been contacted by all different TV organizations, and ESPN International came and did a TV shoot. They're using us as far as the international marketing for the United States. They've got a marketing arm that does advertising and different things. We've been in weird sports magazines and different TV programs have had little quips and things. Last year it was Bloomberg TV did something. It's very unique. It's different than a normal competitive type event, and we believe that's why that it's grown as much as it has.
Well, one thing that I enjoy thoroughly is talk about Eldora, talk about Annie Oakley days. You talk about the great Darke County Fair, and people coming back or coming into town to enjoy some of those special events. And here we're talking about an event that has that same draw. That's just all you need is a bicycle and your ability to eat donuts.
Absolutely,
and some pretty sweet stuff, and that's why it's the sweetest ride in Ohio. For folks out there that are interested, how do you go about and signing up?
The easiest is thetourdonut.com, or you can Google search anywhere Tour de Donut Ohio, and you can do an online registration there. You can print out a mail-in form if you want. There are several places, mainly like the bike shop here in town, Countryside. You can get a registration form there if you want, or you predominantly go to our website and fill it out there.
We're talking with Roger Bowersock this morning on Community Ties. We'll take a break. We'll be right back as stay tuned. More to come.
The Community Ties program continues with Alex Mikas on Tiger Country 97.5 WTGR.
Back here on Community Ties as we're talking with Roger Bowersock, sweetest ride in town in Ohio. Sweetest ride in Ohio. Tour de Donut is first Saturday in September in Arcanum. And we were talking about that during the break, how the village of Arcanum has sort of embraced this event.
Yeah. As the event's grown and we've required more and more services and space and different things, we used to be at Broombaugh's, and we kind of outgrew that place, and now we're uptown, and then we use the school for camping, the park for camping. We have registration at the field house, and obviously our vendors and our finish line and everything's uptown, and it works out well because it's, we have, if you're up there to see the start of the ride, all these people lined up. It takes all of downtown, street to street or curb to curb, lined up at the start. It's pretty impressive.
And it's almost kind of turned into a festival in some regards, because I know last year you had a couple vendors.
Yeah, we had some food vendors last year, and it's always tough to bring in food vendors when you've got somebody that's eating in a competition. So that's kind of something we've been working with. We had some vendors last year, like the Parks Department, Five Rivers Metro Parks, some other rides come and set up and talk to our participants. So it's all those outside things continue to grow as we get more and more participants. More and more people want, they want to be involved in some way, and we love that because it makes it better for our participants.
Around 1,600 folks came out last year and rode. You mentioned camping, and a lot of these folks, and sort of talking to you in the past, they come back.
Yeah.
So is it individuals staying in hotels, or is it folks staying at Arcanum schools in the parking lot?
It's everything. It's people that live out of the area that used to live here. They're coming back and staying with family. It's people that are trying to stay at the local hotels. It's World 100 weekend, so the hotels here are very sparse. We do have some people that pitch a tent in the park. We have people that stay in the school. One of the churches in Arcanum allows people to stay in their church. Very nice accommodations. They cook them dinner. It's semi-private at the church. It's still gym bag space. You're still sleeping on the floor, but it's a little bit more private than sleeping in the gym.
Now, with all those people, I'm sure parking is somewhat of a concern too.
Yeah, it's in the morning we've got people directing traffic, trying to get people to the lots, and then obviously wherever they can in town. The morning between 5 and 8, when the ride's really getting to start, it's pretty hectic in Arcanum.
And when sort of dealing with that and the idea of traffic and trying to get everybody at one spot, because we do have a start time. I'm sure throughout the years your team has probably sort of gotten accustomed to that, and I guess for folks out there that are wanting to participate, some recommendations and trying to get there in a proper time and matter in registering.
Well, the last few years we've offered registration packet pickup on Friday night, and that's saved us a lot.
That's probably the best.
Absolutely. Come, get your stuff on Friday night, then go to dinner, go to your hotel. Just show back up before 8:30 on Saturday. It's a lot easier that way because it is. We have a lot of volunteers and people that assist, but it's still hectic on Saturday morning.
Oh yeah, I can only imagine, and what it will be like this year. Yeah. Hopefully the same.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure Mother Nature probably plays a big role in this too.
Yes. The nicer the weather, the more people that actually come out. Our registration ends the week before so that we can order our proper amount of donuts. There are people that if the weather's not perfect, they registered, but they won't come out and ride.
Now, talking about getting things, your ducks in a row with the amount of donuts, I know in years past you used to have some different things when signing up. The earlier you signed up, the better, or you get a ride T-shirt or something along those lines.
Still get all those things. It's just the earlier you sign up, the cheaper the cost. The closer we get, the price. There's incremental price increases, and then when we get to 2,000 this year, we're done. It's over. There's no more. And I would love to do that in the next couple of weeks because then it works out a lot better for us as far as planning.
How many people do we have so far?
About 1,000.
About 1,000.
And we usually get 1,000 in the last 30 days. So we're thinking that we should be right at our number. Hopefully, some things we're doing here in the next couple of weeks kind of push that along.
Correct me if I'm wrong. TheTourDayDonut.com.
Yep.
that's the best way to go about and finding out more information, registering for the event, and getting in contact with your group. Roger, before I let you go, anything else you want to throw out there?
Nope. Thanks for having me. WayneHealthcareChallenge.com, our running race series. We've got a lot of races in that. We love the support that we're getting with that. A lot of great 5Ks in the county, a lot of great charities they're sponsoring. So Wayne Healthcare Challenge, you can find out the race schedule there also. Always appreciate having you on the show. Look to have you back on the show soon, and best of luck. I always am thrilled to see it. You got so much energy, and man, oh man, I think it's great what you do. Thanks. All right, and that's going to do it for Community Ties on this Monday. We'll be back at it tomorrow, discussing the Greenville Wave Airs. So we look forward to learning more details on that front. Just a few minutes after your 11 o'clock news, Community Ties gets going each and every weekday. Up next, your Midday Farm Show.